This is for those of you who've never been on. Michelle, I'm not sure if you've been on this session. Cultivating innovation is just an informal conversation, and it was meant originally to replicate what happens when we're physically in our district hall space that we started in this virtual space. And we kept it going because not everyone can join us in person. So Amy and I are struggling with letting go 100% of the earlier in the day virtual programming. But Brian, it's great to see you. I haven't seen you in a few weeks. Are you coming tonight to the space?
I am not, unfortunately. I'm a little under the weather, so I wanted to.
Oh, do you have a summer cold?
Yeah, I kind of ran through the household. The kids got it, and now it's my turn. But
you got the little people.
I do.
And I've heard that I've seen that on Facebook and whatnot. A lot of my friends that have younger kids, it seems like it's spreading like wildfire. No pun intended, but unfortunately. So hope you all feel better soon. How's business going for you?
It's going great. We're, I think many of you guys know that I work closely with Recess Tech, and you may have seen some announcements on LinkedIn and Instagram on some strategic alliances that we were able to cultivate there in the fitness space with some pretty big players, and I think we got some more to come. And so that's been really fun and exciting, and we're excited to see kind of where the next couple months takes us with
That's
that
awesome.
initiative. Yeah. So and I think we've talked to anybody in the Rhode Island, anyone on the call here that needs any type of CPR support or training. If that's something that's of interest to you or someone that you know for some of these bounce back industries, we would love to talk and hear from you folks, because community service is a big part of what Recess Tech's about as well. So we're willing to help and have those conversations. So
have you hooked up with the YMCA?
Yeah, we have. They kind of already have a model, but we have had conversations with them. They were interested, but I think there's a lot of other things that they're concerned about right now, that they're like, we got to figure some other things out first, and then so we're respectfully letting them figure out all the other complexities that are going on with the Y. So, but yeah, we're having conversations with them, and then with Emerge Works, my consultancy. Still kind of established at the NEMIC Innovation Center there, and working closely with some startups at NEMIC and providing that commercial strategy consulting, kind of business strategy consulting, and then also with some enterprise clients in the Rhode Island area. So some clients that have been around for over 50 years that, so whether it's startups or you've been around for a while, whether you're med tech or ed tech, let's have a conversation and see if I can help you with grow your business.
Wow. I love to work on building out a circular economy here in Rhode Island. And I love how you just summarized what you're working on with your new startup consulting practice. So that's exciting. I have met with so many people in the last month that actually there are 3 people, friends of mine, or one's a new friend, that have had, solid careers. They live in Rhode Island, and their careers have existed, their professional careers have existed outside of Rhode Island. And 3 different people in the last month have set meetings with me because they're like, one of them wants to run a company in Rhode Island. So he wants to, he was exploring that. And another one is looking for larger clients in Rhode Island. He's like, because I'm realizing they exist, right? So,
Right.
And then yet another one is looking for a company to run. So I was like, this is so awesome. I mean, if you build it, they will come. And I know it's been hard, and all of our sleeves need to continue to be rolled up. And but it's exciting to see that happening. And I love to see you growing. You're a great example of, leaving Johnson & Johnson and starting your own business. And you became such an integral part of our community. So NEMIC, for any of you who don't know what that is New England Medical Innovation Center. They are housed right behind us on Chestnut Street. And I was super excited to see the post earlier today that Hope Hopkins joined the board of directors.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hope is amazing. She, for those of you who don't know, runs Mass Challenge. And she's wearing a lot of hats for Mass Challenge now, I think.
Yeah, and I think she'll bring a ton to the NEMIC family. And and back to your other point before about kind of Rhode Island and the economy and the consulting. So couple like short things with, hopefully at some point I'll be able to announce something I'm working on that, but I was able to start to work with some of the consultants and in the area to help with one of my clients. So be able to pull in the other consultants and start to work together as a team. So that's something that's kind of underway right now. That's in the works. I won't can't talk too much about it, but that's something that I thought was something that I wanted to do, and now I'm starting to do that, starting to pull in the like-minded consultants, and then as a team, we kind of are assembling the Avengers to help a bigger client within Rhode Island. So that was something that I always wanted to do, and it's starting to come true, and hopefully it does. So more to come on that. And then also from the J&J side, I left J&J a little over a year ago, but I have so many connections within that ecosystem that have gone on across the nation and started up their own thing too, and we're all staying connected. So all of a sudden there's that network of, hey, someone that's really strong in global strategic marketing or upstream marketing, or in this part of medtech, or market access or market sizing. I'm not good at it all, but that network is starting to come together of folks that from my previous life that we're starting to pull into my current life. So that's been really exciting as well.
Yeah, you're getting older like me, right? You've had all these experiences, and eventually it all kind of comes around. I think that's the beauty of Rhode Island too, that there's one degree of separation, and we are such a collaborative, collegial group. When obviously my consulting practice is high up on a shelf right now as I'm the director of this program, but that's how I always ran mine. So I specialized in small business development and digital marketing and SEO and all that stuff. But I have such collegial collaborative relationships with so many others, because that's how I built my business. I would always, based on the client project, I would bring in others, and many times we overlapped. Suzanne McDonald, who started Newport Interactive Marketers, and I were very much doing the same kind of thing. And we're like best of friends and collaborate and send business to each other all the time. So I love hearing that. And I love that it's been less than 2 years. Has it been less than a year and a half since you launched this?
I mean, pretty much it's been about a year, and not even, because a year ago I was still changing diapers for most of the day. but yeah, it's great to be able to create a new kind of tech capability in this ecosystem and be able to leverage my network, which is different than the rest of the folks' network here, and I'm excited to continue to make progress and work with all the great innovators in this system, and add value where I can. So it's
awesome. I'm just thinking, like the pillars of our economy and how we're you're talking about tech. Monica just popped in from Tech Collective. Jay Round is on from Rhode Island Bio. You were talking about NEMIC, New England Medical Innovation Center. So there's government, because we work so in lockstep with the state and the commerce team in particular, right? We're all collaborating all the time. You have academia. We have all these great colleges and universities. Resuscitech came out of Brown. I judged them in the last event I went to in person before the pandemic at Brown, and they were one of the winners. And and the private sector, the nonprofits, the ecosystem. I mean, it's really, for someone who's 53, who's been in this for decades. And I always say the last, 8 years since Gina became governor was like the time of the great convergence, right? We were all in parallel lanes trying to work together. And now we're together, and we have this great, strong infrastructure, this ecosystem that's all interconnected. So it's so easy for us to to connect, even on this small group in the middle of the summer, we have you and Monica, and I'm going to call out Jay Round first, because I'll call you out too, Monica. But is Jay still here? And he might be changing diapers, because they have Rosalia, but they have baby Jack now too. So what's going on in Rhode Island Bio land, Jay? Thank you, Brian, for sharing, and hope to see you around the hood soon. And I
don't think I've changed a diaper in 36 hours. I'm very happy. My mother's in town here, and they're going well.
I love moms.
Things are going well, or slowly but surely. I think there's a lot of conversations going on with commerce. There's a lot of folks that would know more than I do, but from the RIBio and Slater perspective, there's some activity despite the doldrums of the summer, where we're trying to finance a lot of URI and Brown startups still. And we might actually get a few new companies established in the next few weeks. So can't complain about that.
That's awesome. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If only they had a place to matriculate, right?
Slater Technology Fund. I always call you out on Rhode Island Bio, and I always forget that you're working with Slater too.
Yeah, I think the town's small enough that everybody's kind of standing on each other's toes, so collaboration is
Or
imperative.
shoulders. How's that?
It's that as well.
Yeah, we stand on each other. I'm excited to meet with you and Carol for a deep dive on Monday. Carol Malice is the executive director of Rhode Island Bio, and I'm going to be in our district hall space all day Monday. So if you want an in-person meeting with Tuni, I have a few slots left, but I'm excited to see you then. And if you bring the little ones, I'll be extra excited because, you know, Rosalie is kind of my kid too, you know.
Yeah, we could do that maybe.
It might be
Let me
chaos.
flip the boss.
Yeah. Oh, she'll be at school probably, right? Isn't she? Yeah.
Not on Monday, but every
Oh.
other day. Yeah.
Yeah. So you all know when she was a wee tot, how old was she? 3-4 months when you came to Innovate Newport with her?
Yep.
Yeah. So she's been raised in our, you know, co-working spaces in Rhode Island and our innovation centers. And she's a Rhode Island innovation kid. So great to hear from you, Jay. Enjoy your mom, get some rest. Make sure your lovely wife gets some rest.
I will.
Awesome. Is she back doctoring yet, or is she still on maternity leave?
No, the clock's ticking. She's still got another month, which is great. And hopefully she'll get back into the tennis swing of things this month.
Awesome.
But yeah, she's sweating going back.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And Monica, what's going on at Tech Collective? Oh, let's talk about Tech 10 awards nominations. Let's definitely talk about
for sure. So Jay, I don't know if Rosalie is quite ready for the next tech generation yet, but nominations are open until tomorrow for these 2 awards, the Tech 10 and Next Tech Generation. If you look at District Hall's LinkedIn site or Tech Collective's LinkedIn site, we just posted, thank you to District Hall for putting it together, a great little infomercial saying what they are, but we're really looking for Tech 10. It's the top tech innovators in the state of Rhode Island. And then for Next Tech Generation, it's those people, not necessarily who are the youngest just joining, but those people who have just joined technology, just gotten on board. So it can be someone who's in high school, college, graduated, or someone who did a midlife change, who now really embodies the spirit of technology, entrepreneurism, who's changing that landscape. It is not a difficult application to fill out. You can self-nominate. For Brian, I caught like the end of your presentation, but it kind of sounded like you would be a good person to put in there. And I think probably the biggest thing that we just learned that's a little bit different from some of the other awards is there is no cost to the person who wins the award. So if you win, you go for free. All of the PR is free. Rhode Island Monthly is our partner. They'll put you in the December edition. There's a video that's made. The event will be December 1st at District Hall, which we're super excited about because that is, right, that hub of technology and entrepreneurism. So please send in your applications. It's always nice when we have a really wide berth of applications to choose from and really get them in. So that's what's cooking at like our #1 priority right now at the Tech Collective. So thank you, Tuni, for the time and for the commercial as well. It's a little weird to see yourself on video, but
that's awesome. All right. Well, let's close it out. Amy, just letting everybody here know what's coming up tonight in person and next week, both virtual and in person.
Absolutely. Super excited tonight. Tonight we are focusing on accessibility and we're talking about mobility and accessibility. So for people who are using mobility assisted devices, as well as kind of the aging population and how they get in and out of brick and mortar establishments. So we're really talking about how you can make your business accessible, not, I don't want to say on the cheap, but inexpensively without the major investment, because it is possible. And that is with the RAMP program. So that's Real Access Motivates Progress. Then next week we have our future of Black philanthropy and giving, and it's going to be a fantastic conversation with the African American Ambassadors Group from the city of Providence joining us, as well as then Melissa Husband from the city, from the state of Rhode Island, Angie Ancoma from the Providence, the Rhode Island Foundation, and Larry Warner from United Way. And all of that will be led by our very good friend, Juan Wilson, in our space. And we also have a DJ playing from 5 to 6. So if you can't be there tonight, join us next week at 4 o'clock, and we'll be having a great conversation.
Awesome. Looking forward to tonight. I will see you in person pretty soon, Amy, and always great to see you. We love our community here in Rhode Island and Southern New England. Thank you. Venture Cafe Cambridge is actually doing in person for the first time since the pandemic tonight, and they're beta testing it. So we'll see how it goes. So sending some love to our colleagues in Cambridge as they get ready, and it's going to be busy because it's with Boston Blockchain. So, and thank you, Monica, for yesterday's second in our 3-part series of our blockchain coffee networking. It was so great to have that that youth coding team come down, and Alex is just lovely, and the Giving Block is such a cool platform. So that was really cool to have such expertise there, and he's just so giving of his time. So that was awesome. So thank you all. Happy Thursday.